Some days it's really difficult to believe in yourself, but I think an essential skill for anyone looking to get better at fighting games or anything at life is learning to improve by losing. My name is Kail, aka Big Nasty Kail, and in this video I'm going to go over my process for improvement. And by the end of this video, you'll have a few new ideas on how to take your anger, your self-doubt, your losses, and turn it into 500, 1,000, or even 10,000 more points in ranked. This is going to be one of the hardest videos that I make because it requires me to look inward. This week has been rough on me. I was finally able to get through some of my anxiety and put out some new content, and the Street Fighter V games have been really fun, and I was eager to get back into it, to stream, to farm more clips, and hopefully make some more guides for you guys. But then I had two really bad nights. Game after game, loss after loss, set after set. It all just starts to weigh on you. And that's when your dark passenger comes out. In your time of weakness, your guard is lowered, and that part of you, the self-doubt, the imposter complex, the reminder that no matter what we do on this planet, our time is finite, and you question what you're doing with your life, and every loss is a reminder that you're not good at anything. Whew. Time is irreclaimable, and that's scary, but improvement is always within your grasp. No matter how down you might be on yourself and no matter what you're trying to do, I'm gonna take a quote from one of my favorite games in the last decade, Celeste. You can do this. Celeste is such a good game. Everyone should try it, but you can't just smash your face against the wall. You can't keep doing the same. So I'm gonna show you the 3 steps that I take to take a loss and improve upon it. The 3 steps are gonna be review, research and development, or R&D, and then practice. Review is gonna be us going over a VOD of mine. Research and development is gonna be going into the lab and drilling situations so that we can improve our execution. And then practice is us taking what we've learned and actually putting it to use in games. Don't look at your VODs right away. You're going to make the same decisions and you're just going to remember how you felt in the time. You want to separate yourself from it and then come back to it at a later time. This is the end of a set that I did with a trading partner of mine, Craden123, and he's a Nash main that frustrates the hell out of me, and I thought I was making good decisions, and as I look back on it, All right, so the first thing we're going to do is turn on the key display and the attack data so that we can get a little bit more information. So that, like, it's the small things, right? So I tried to set the pace early, and that's fine, but I go in with a strong, and it says I know him. It's hard to get him to hit buttons. I tried to micro-step walk and then do another one, and then I screwed that up. Obviously, that's something that we can easily practice. So this is a common string that I see him do a lot. So I should have been ready for this in some way, shape, or form. I got the block. I didn't have meter to EX Fuha, and that's fine. I did have heavy Fuha, so I could have done something here. In fact, if I had done heavy Fuha, I probably could have gone into V-trigger from there. I'm respecting his crouch fierce a lot. No anti-air. And as I said, I can feel that I'm trying to watch for his ground game a lot. Anti-airs I should always be ready for. And I'm playing like really reactionary. That's not good. I immediately saw that move and I said, huh. So this could have been a punish, and we can see from here, I am plus 13. I could have done EX Fuha, and I think I might have tried to. Yeah, so that's just an input error. But if you look at the inputs on the left-hand side, I think I negative edged medium kick. This is a reminder that I have to be a little bit more clean with my inputs. Oh, I got the hit. Oh, neat. All right, so what do I do here? I should have recognized that that was too far. So at this range here, right? I should have saw that that was going to whiff and went with like a low forward or something. Okay, just trying to wait out, trying to catch a button. I did not mean to jump forward. I know I did not mean to jump forward. So just in that round, we saw like a lot of issues that we could iron out just from basic drills, like input errors and sloppy inputs and such. Okay. Oh, no confirm. Okay, so it looks like I tried to. So if you look at my inputs were just sloppy. I did not get the corner. On my hitbox, I hit down, then left, and I did not get the corner. Okay, we're chilling. Nice. Okay, good. There was a delay here to catch a throw or buttons, and it was throw. Okay. That's a lot of bar for confirms. Or just confirm the counter hit. So I'm going to pause for a second. In these 2 rounds alone, we've seen countless mistakes and easily ironed out things. Notice I'm leaving a lot of damage on the floor just by simple confirms. So for the sake of, let's watch round 3 and we'll see if there's anything else that we need to take a look at. Okay, so that's exactly what I tried to do in round 1. So we see it done right. No punish on scythe. Okay. I had bar. I had fuha. Don't know why I chose that. Maybe I thought I was too far away. Okay. Nice. I try the back roundhouse again. He doesn't take the bite for it. So this is a time, it's like a simple like little note. This is like a time in which if you're doing the same thing, you probably should do the thing that counters it. So the first time he tried to hit a button, after that he got hit. So maybe this time I should have thrown. I'm trying to see him trying to aggress. We get the jump in. Nice. Input error, input error, input error, input error. But we save ourselves. We go into V trigger. Okay, trying to catch a button. I get hit with low. Yeah. So I should have done a light fuha to keep myself safe, but I didn't, right? I shouldn't even have done this, right? I should have confirmed. So now the next touch is death for both of us. He jumps in. I'm trying to look for something. I'm blocking. I can take a throw. Now I can't take a throw. Crush counter. Huh. Could I have killed here? I don't know if I could have killed here. Was this the game? I had stores too. This is perfect. A perfect way to see room for improvement. I go for the throw bait, which he doesn't take, and then it's GG's. I would say there's easily 10 things in there that I can improve on, but let's not overwhelm ourselves. Let's take a few things from here. Sometimes there are simple things like your punishes or even being able to see frame data. Other things are a bit more abstract, like, you know, where you should be on the screen, or is there like an awkward timing that you want to use, or any kind of habits your opponent might have. We're going to look at a few of the simpler things, a few ways to sharpen our blade. But what I can do is start to answer some questions by transferring into the R&D phase. So let's get into it. Now, I like spending time in the training room. Some people don't, but I think it's a really important step, and I find it a little soothing. There are some functions that are automatic and fast, and others that are slow and take a lot of brain power. An important example of this is single button anti-airs versus DPs. One of the strengths about having an anti-air that is just a button press is that you really don't have to think about it. You can use your brain power on other things in the match. DPs require a bit more. DPs are going to require you to almost queue up the action in your head. Our goal is to take complex solutions and move them to the automatic part of our thinking process. We do this through repetition, but most importantly, through use. So the first thing I wanted to look at was that crush counter crouching fierce. Could I have killed off of that? Soft answer is yes, but I didn't know until now. So let's go into the pause menu, and we're going to change the health for player 2 over to normal start at 25%, and that should be good enough. Then we're going to tab on over to the dummies settings, go over to playback recording, go over to action recording settings, and pick a slot. We're going to go and make Nash do what we want him to do. And in this case, we're going to have him do the moonsault. We're going to have him block right after, just so that it ensures that the dummy blocks if we are late on our timing. And that's it. We're going to go back over, go to playback settings. I'm going to make sure that slot is on. At this point, I'm going to restart the battle. And now Nash should spam that. To make sure I have the right resources, I'm going to pop V trigger, and I'm going to drain some of my gauge. And then I'm going to save my state. So when I reset my state, I'll always have the same amount of resources, and he'll always have the same amount of health. So what I responded with was Crush Fierce. It has to be a little bit earlier to crush counter. Into that. A little bit of health left. So what can we do better? So this is what I came up with. Cool. I would always cancel the crouch fierce with the fireball, which sometimes, depending on space, might whiff. Or I would try to capture it with back roundhouse, which sometimes can be weird, and sometimes I can't get the follow-up on it. I have other options, but they didn't kill. So I practice and practice and practice until I was able to get a decent rate of success on it. And once I got it down on the first side, now it's time to switch sides to make sure I'm consistent on both sides. This is hard, but with anything, you put the work in and you focus on the training, you can get it down. There's two parts of this combo that's a little weird, is to make sure you get the EX flip kick and also to make sure you get the EX fuha at the end of it. Another big thing that I missed was a heavy punch confirm. There's 18 frames to confirm the heavy punch. Now, if you don't know, hit confirming means you recognize that a move has been hit and then you convert the damage off of it. Some moves are easier than other, but heavy punch being 18 frames is very comfortable, and with a little bit of practice, it's very doable. This is a drill that I tend to practice a lot. Showing you guys how to practice this one drill will also help you practicing any hit confirm, so this drill has a lot of value. To set this up, we're going to go over in the pause menu to go over to dummy settings and set the guard to random. What this will do is the dummy will sometimes block, but sometimes not block. I find hit confirming to be relaxing. And this is because it's just you and the game. So you see, he's blocking all of it, and I'm only confirming to flip kick when it hits. I'm going to turn my inputs on, and something that you could do to make this easier is to start the motion for the special move that you want to use after, and only press the button when you see that it hit. Like that. Like that. Like that. This might seem daunting, and that's the reason why I practice this hit confirm a lot. I like to look at the health bar and to see if it hit off of that. If I see gray, I don't do anything. If I see red, that's when I confirm. It's very important to stay calm and collected in a match. We have a fraction of a second to confirm this. However, if we can keep our bearings without us, this isn't that hard at all. Repeating this process is important because it starts to train your brain to react to other things like the hit sparks off of Nash or the sound effect of the hit. And once you're able to do this, you can start to move on to harder hit confirms like confirming target combo just on the medium punch. It's a little bit harder, but it's definitely comfortable. So the last thing I wanted to look at was the first thing that we screwed up, and that's medium punch, micro walk, medium punch. Here's how we set up the drill. We're gonna go into guard recovery actions, and we're gonna record the dummy doing their quickest button. Now we're going to go over to guard recovery actions, and we're going to turn that slot on. And we also want to put the replay interval setting up a little bit. We do this to mimic a person's reactions in having to block and then to hit a button. And this would look like, this is different than if we had turned the interval down all the way up. They would do it immediately after. With the interval around here, there's a slight delay. What this allows us to do is to practice setting up the micro walk. If the interval was actually off, we would get hit by that light kick. So in the match with Kraden, what happened was I did this. I didn't walk enough. We want to be able to do that. It's a few frames, it's a few important frames. There it is. I know this might seem basic, and it might be me. I'm the type of player that needs to practice the minute things over and over again, just so that we have a good grasp on things. If there's ever a time where you're dropping things in a match, this might be the time where you need to practice and to sharpen your sword a bit. Try to get a feel for the rhythm. Get a good feel for the timing with your fingers. Listen to the button presses. Listen to the blocking sounds. All these things start to write onto your thinking processes, and it becomes automatic. What's something that you drop in your matches often? Is there anything that you're like, damn, if I could just get good at this, I'd be solid? For me, a goal of mine has been able to get better at my low forward hit confirms. I feel like if I could just get that down, it'll take my Juri and actually my gameplay in Street Fighter V as a whole to the next level. Leave a comment below and tell me what's something that you wish you could master. This was the easy part. I showed you 2 of the 3 steps, and the last part is actually taking it into games. It's easy to queue up for a game, but it's really hard to actually go into the game with a game plan in mind. Focus training is important. That's why you always get tips like go into a match and just try to anti-air. Don't worry about the wins. It's because you have to be able to focus on what you're training on actively. I know it sucks to lose. You'll win more if you do this. It's about discipline. What are you going to do when you drop the combo that you practice for hours? What are you going to do when you fail? Nothing beats failure, except a try. Remember, it's a process. You're going to fail. That's how it is. Keep trying, and you'll get it. You can do this. Once you create a list from looking at your VODs, you're going to start crossing things off. But as you go, you'll add more things on there. And I can't think of a better tool to have in your kit than adding frame advantage to your gameplay, especially with Juri. Well, I have a video right here that's going to show you how to take your -2 fireball and turn it into +8 advantage. So you'll be able to take everyone's ranked dreams and turn them into nightmares. I'll see you in the next video.